all, welcome to my channel. Today I come up with a new topic is ServiceNow major incident management process. So in this video we will see that how a major incident management process work into the ServiceNow. How a ticket can be proposed or promoted to the major incident and how the major incident manager can work on that particular ticket. For that, I'm using my personal instance, which I taken from the ServiceNow, and that is on the based on the Orlando version. I'm going to take you completely on the out of the box functionality of the major incident management process. So for this, we need three major roles, three major partners in this particular process. Number one, it is the end user who will be going to raise a ticket from the end user portal. Number two, we need a resolver group who will propose that ticket as a major incident or the incident. Number three, we need a major incident manager or the group person from the particular group who can promote, accept that ticket as a major incident and do the communication part. This is completely on the out of the box functionality. No configuration from my side, no customization from my side. So let's start with the today's session on the major incident management process. For that, I open my ServiceNow personal instance and log in as an end user. I'll not say I log in as impersonate as an end user. Now I go to the service portal. I go to the something request. When I click on this, it will open me a popular items and other things. So I click on the create incident and I'll provide the all required details which are filled by the end user to raise a ticket or the incident. So one thing we have to be note here that the how the major incident management procedure will work is totally based on the customer to customer. What things they want to include, what they don't want to include is totally depend on the customer. So these two are the you can say mandatory fields. So I click on the urgency. I click urgency as a low because being a customer, I don't know that it is a major incident or not. But for my side, I'm just facing an issue. I want to be raise it. So I'll put testing for the MI demo session. So you can see that out of the box functionality giving me the knowledge records as well, knowledge base as well, or the knowledge article as well. But I don't want that one. I'll click on the submit button. As soon as I click on the submit button, incident will be generated. You can see that incident has been generated now. I take this number just for the recording purpose. INC 0010004. It is as for the priority 5. I just select it for my purpose. I'll go to the agent console or someone call this as a ITL console as well. I'll do the impersonation for the end user. And now I will be going back as a resolver group. I created a resolver group as well and resolver group per member as well. So you can see I log in as a resolver group here. It is a completely default. I just created one end user, one MI group and the member, and one resolver group and the member. So here I can search for the incident. You can see here, you can go to the open part. I'll just minimize this application navigator. So you can see that my ticket is on the top now. I click on this part so that my ticket will be open. Here I'm working as a resolver group, so I will open this ticket and see, I'll open this incident and see that what are the issues is facing by the end user, so that I can take a proper action on that particular part. It's taking little time to be load. In the meantime, I'll again go back to my procedure part basically. So some of the companies has a step to initiate MI call, MI call as well, plus bridge as people have opened the communication need to be sent by the end by the my MI manager or MI team as well. So now I'll assign this ticket to my resolver group. So I have a created resolver group test and I assign to the resolver. I assign a create in my this okay, and I click on the update now just to assigning this to on my name. Again, it's coming on the resolver group name. I'll open this ticket again. Now I will show you that how a resolver group can propose this ticket as a major incident. So before that, I'll just take you on the one part. Let me take you on the down. You can see nothing is be there as at point of time because I did not do any configuration, anything at my end. So it is a completely out of the box functionality. So you can see here major incident. If I click on this tab, yeah. So in the meantime, it will be open. I'll again go back to my procedure level. That procedures need to be defined by the customers. That how they want to be take care of all this stuff. Seems some issue is there. It is not opening. So now I'll go to this additional action. I click on this part. A little slowness due to this. I'm not able to be work on that particular part at point of time. Let me go and again click here, or maybe I can click right click here. It's still not showing to me. Just wait for a few minutes or a few seconds. We can wait and then we can be see. Yep. So now you can see here that as the resolver group, because I just give this resolver group a right of the ITL, a role of the ITL, nothing else has been given. So he only can propose. So you can see. So there are two options available. If I want now, I'll show you one more thing here. That first, number one, that if I log in as a resolver group who don't have a major incident manager role, he cannot promote. He can just propose. Propose means that according to that particular group, it can be a major incident, but it will be decided by, it will be accepted or rejected by the major incident group only, that yes, it is a major incident or not. So now I'll log in as a major incident manager just to show you that what other options available for a major incident manager. So I'll end the impersonation now, and now I'll go back and log in as a major incident manager. Yep, I'll go there, I'll impersonate as a major incident manager. And my manager is one of the user I created here who has the right, who has the role of the major incident manager into my instance at point of time. So now I'll go back here and search for the incident. I search for the incident and go to the open. Minimize this window and I'll search here for my ticket. So this is the number which we have. Yep. So now I'll open this incident now, because it is still not come to major incident, but I'm showing you that what other options available for a major incident to see. So now you can see that major incident manager can see this particular tab. Major incident state is none. Sorry, it was just a preloaded, now it has been removed, but it is available for major incident only. So go to the additional action. So now you can see promote and proposed. Promote means yes, they already accepted, yes, it is a major incident, and without waiting furthermore or without involving the resolver group, they are directly promoting and accepting this as a major incident. But if it is come for the come from the resolver group, it will be accepted first or rejected, and then they take the proper action. So now I go back to as a resolver group again. I'll creating the end impersonation now. I'll go back as the resolver group, and now we will propose this incident as a major incident. So let me take impersonate user. I'll log in as a resolver group. Yeah. Okay, so let me search for that particular incident. I can search it from the global search as well, but I'll prefer to go by this way only, by application navigator. Incident and then open, and then I can open this incident. So now I'll just scroll down. No SLA, no affected CI, nothing has been done. Just I want to be see that okay, because these two options also not available. That was the loading time it take. So go to the additional action. Now I click on the proposed major incident. So it means that by this at this point of time, service desk or resolver groups are getting multiple incident of the same issue, and they want to propose this as a major incident, or the incident manager identify this can be potential major incident where he or she need the major incident manager approval to proceed further. So click on the proposed major incident. So it will asking why you want to propose, what is the justification. It is, it can be a major incident. So if they want to be input something on the business impact, they can put as well. And now you can see it's coming as a propose. I click on the propose. So as soon as I propose this, let me go back and see my ticket again. So now you can see, let's load the complete page, and then we can see what else are coming here. So now you can see major incident tab is coming, and it is the in the proposed state. It means now it is available as a major incident candidate in the queue of the major incident group. So now I'll go back and log in as a major incident, because now the further task has been taken care by the major incident manager only. Click here, go to impersonate user. Yes, I click on the impersonate user. I select as a MI manager. It's loading for me. Now I'll go back to my application navigator, and here I will search for the major incident now, because I want to see that is any now any incident has been proposed as a major incident, even though some notifications will be triggered to the major incident, because I going as a by default by out of the box functionality, so I'm not going to check that part. So now if you click here and go to the candidates, click on the candidates part. So here is the propose. Yes, you can see. So if you want to see that this ticket is as a propose, so now being a major incident, I click on this ticket. Now I will follow my procedure. If it is defined in my company, in my work procedure or the work instructions, that by which parameters I need to be verified, and I can say yes, this is a major incident, then I'll do that part. So for that part, he will just first, as a MI manager, he will see that what has been mentioned by the resolver group proposed as a major incident candidate, it can be a major incident. This is the justification given by the resolver group. Now I'll go to the major incident tab. So now I can click here. Okay, it's taking little time. In the meantime, let me go back to my these things. Okay, so now it's loading. So you can see that it has been proposed by resolver group. It is a member of the resolver group member who proposed this. Now you can see here I am not getting, I can promote directly from here or reject from here. So again, few things to have to be taken care of as a major incident. You can either do the action from here, or just as a new functionality has been added, so you can click on the view workbench. You means as a MI manager, the person I'm logging here. So now he can see a lot of things. What a lot of things is coming as the out of the box functionality. It's taking little time because it will bringing a lot of things from the incident as well for me. Okay, so being a major incident manager, I can see, okay, this is the short description of the ticket. These are the work notes. Till now there's a no communication task because I did not promote it as a major incident. And I can see all the work history here, any impacted services, any affected CI, any affected location, anything, because being a major incident manager, it is very much important for me to validate few of these points so that I can take a decision. Yes, this is a major incident. So now let's see that I am a major incident manager and I say yes, this is a major incident manager. So I can go here. On the drop down you will get the two options, reject or promote. I'll click on the promote here, promote to major incident. Now when I click on the promote, I need to be give the justification that yes, I am promoting this. Yes, it is a major incident. I am accepting this. So this part only be done. This part is already done by the MI manager only. Even admin cannot do this part. Only the admin cannot do this part. Only the MI manager can do this part. So I click on the promote. As soon as I click on the promote, now you will see something else. So you can see that this ticket has been opened approximately 11 minutes before, and it is a major incident now. So you can see a tagline or red bold letter has been coming as a major incident now, and you can see the state as well. But if you go to the communication, you will see that Atul, you told that MI manager need to be sent some communication. How this will become? So what I have to do? You have to go back to the view form, and you need to be change the priority of this ticket. Until it will not P1 it cannot, all the tasks will not be generated. Some organization, in the some companies, there's a rule that even though it's a P2, but they still consider it as a major incident. But for some of the companies, if it is a P1, it is by default MA. By default is a MI, major incident only. Let me again refresh my page. I guess it's little stuck somewhere because it's bringing a lot of information for me and giving a lot of information on the page. So now I'll go back here. Okay, so now it's loading for me the form. Okay, I'll go back to the view form, and now I will change the priority of this ticket to P1. So now I'm going to change the impact is high, urgency is 1, but before that I'll submit, I need to be taken on the down. Nothing has been generated, so you can see no incident communication plan, no incident communication plan has been generated till now, and it's showing something on the notes, is like increasing the increasing to P1, and click on the update. As soon as I click on the update, I'll go back on this ticket. Now you can see it is not in the proposed, so I'll just remove this filter option here, the condition here, so that I can take and pick up my task, and I'll just refresh it or do the sorting here. Okay, let me search easily. So okay, this number is okay. Let me once again do this part. Yep, so this is my ticket. So now I'll click on this particular ticket now. Now I'll show you that how the communication work in this particular section, that how a MI manager can send a communication. Go to the view workbench, click on the view workbench. You will get all your communication plan. It is again given by the ServiceNow out of the box, a limited set of things, but you can be customized according to your need. You can define your email templates, your represent leads, anything you want to be defined, you can define it here. Let me click it again. Okay, so now my workbench has been open, and now you can see all my tasks have been generated. Wow. So I need to be send these tasks and to work on this task as a MI manager. So I click on the communication now. So now you can see a major 4 section is there. Number 1, technical communication. 3 task is there. Number 2, internal stakeholder communication. 3 tasks here. Number 3, end user communication. Again 3 tasks. And finally the technical communication if required. So these are the tasks which is created by the ServiceNow by default, or the out of the box functionality available. Now I'll show you that how to send a task. Just click on the send number. Suppose you want to be sent this task, so click on the send, and this is showing that after this you have to be sent a first update by this much time period. It means it's a 15 minutes, but I delayed to go and come here, so it's taking this much time. So I click on the send button. A task window will be open in front of me where I have to be fill my details, my represents. You can configure this as automatically as per your technical stakeholders group or the list here. You can do that part. I guess it's stuck because it's taking a lot of things from the background, so it's little taking time. It's little, I can say, performance is impacting on my personal stance. It is my I'm doing this practice from the last few days to be just get the things to be verified. Let me refresh it my page again. I guess some issue is there which is taking a lot of time. Okay, now I'll go back as a MI manager on my workbench. Click on the communication again, go back and click on the send button. Yep, now it's open. Initial technical communication is opening in front of me now. Now I'll be doing my part. So if as I did not configure anything here, so I can click on the 2. I want to be sent it to a test. Test is there. You can CC, you can BCC somewhere. I'll put the first com, and I put the body as well, first com. and send here. You can do all formattings. In these options, the developer has a lot of choices. They can be configure it according to the need of the customer. They have designed some templates, some decorative emails which can be trigger and which is available when go to the user's inbox can be impact. So now click on the send button. So as soon as I click on the send button, my task will be see. You can see my task is over now. It is no longer pending for me, and next task is due in the 30 minutes. So you can see here. Now you can send the internal stakeholder in the same time. Everything you can do accordingly. So these timings can be changed very easily. Now the thing is that if I want to create a new task in my communication plan, so you can click on the add task. You have the three different section. In any section, you can click add task. Give a description, updates, CIO. Email is my channel will be there one time. Delay in 30 minutes. I have to be sent. Represent I can update. It's a user. Yes. Select user. I'll put the test again. Yep. ATF test user responsibility. Who is what is the combination? So I can say is my technical manager or my data director. So click on the add and click on the save. So it means when I open this task to send it, it will be take this much. So now you can see a new task has been generated for me. So if I click on the send button now, so now you can see that everything is already populated and to be do the just search subjecting and the body part. Sorry, I guess it is not configured, so I'm putting my test here. So I put some name here, subject, because I did not configure it like this, or it is out of the functionality, but you can configure it accordingly. That I can say. Click on send button now. So now if you can go on the summary part. Okay, so this thing you can see that what are the open tasks are pending for you and what are the timelines remaining for the same. Now I'll go back to my view form because I want to show you something important point here. Okay, in the meantime you already initiated the call with them you initiated the MI call. Your team, technical team, your application teams are working on that particular things to how to resolve the ticket, and you are on the bridge to get the updates and to send the communication to the teams. So now you can see here that these four tasks has been generated which we see on the view workbench. So let me open this part that you show here. There's a no automation as I saw, or automatic closing part is there. So I click here and go back to my this task. So here you can see that one task has been completed here. Low this, and if you want to see that to whom I send it this, you can click on this and you can see the complete detail, but you cannot see the content of this particular things now. Yep. So it was showing complete. It was sent the email task. It was the email which I sent it by this particular time. If you want to go take a deep dive, you can take a deep dive as well. So by this way, a MI manager need to be sent all the communication, and once he confirm or the resolver group confirm yes this has been resolved, so they can click on the resolve button here. But before that, I want to be show you one more thing. Go back to the view workbench because sometimes that you don't need to be sent any other task. You want to be close that task, so just go there, go to the communication part. So now if you want to be close this, just click on this mode option. Either you can snooze it by extending the time or you can close the task. So I can click close on the task. I'm closing every task from my end. Let me, yes. So now it has been done. Oh yeah, sorry, it is available. So it's a closed task. I can click here. It's a closed task. I want to be close every task now. Okay, it is already closed. So it's closed because there's a no as such there's a no restriction or the constraints or the validation input that if your task is open you cannot resolve the ticket. You can still resolve the tickets, but this is the way that ServiceNow actually develop MI process for the customers, and this is very good because it's saving a lot of time here. You can be configure your automatic messages as well. That email you already see that already see, so you can do all this part. Let me click on the close here. Okay, so now every task is closed or it's remaining. I click on the close now. So let me arrange everything so that I can show you. Okay, yes. So these are the four sections. So every task has been closed now. So you can see here there's nothing is coming, like okay, so you want to see the work notes that testing on mi to whom what has been sent, all these things has been, previous task is there basically. Go to the summary now. In the summary, active no active task is pending because we already closed every task here. Now I go back, you can resolve the ticket from here as well, or go back to the view form as well. I click on the view form. Let me close this window now. Okay, now I'm on the view point here, and now I'll just see that these are the showing, all these are showing open. This is because there's a no out of the box functionality has been configured. Let me close it. If I can close from here, show it's, yep, it's complete. Okay, closed. I'm closing it here. You will not face any problem if you click the resolve directly, because this is not be no validation has been put it here. Then you can click on the, maybe you can click on the cancel or close you want to be do. So by this way you can do that part. And now I'm as I got a confirmation from the resolve group, yes, this is the issue has been resolved. So I click on the resolve button now. Okay, fields are mandatory. Yes, resolution fields are mandatory here. So you can click on the resolution car, work around. Okay, to go and resolve. Yeah, and click on the resolve. So this ticket incident will be marked as a resolve now. If user want to open this ticket, can open again. Okay, let me go back to my incident because it's take the previous window. Open record. Okay, so you can see it is a resolved state now. Now you can go down because you are a major incident manager and you have to be see the major incident report as well. So now you can go and click on the post incident report, which you can do from the, so okay, I'll take it from here. You can put the overview. Okay, to find the issue, findings none. If you have anything else, you can put it here. Timelines, it will show you that complete timeline, that when the commission has been started, how the things has been, basically it's work notes you can say. I not click on the update. Now I'll go back to the view workbench here because I'll maybe discard it again. You can go to the workbench because I want to show you that in the workbench as well this functionality is available for the incident manager. That what else now he has to do. So you can see the post incident report is there. So now he can click on this overview. You can put it, just click on the enter. I'll put in the enter here. Okay, sorry, I'll click on the edit. Okay, wait. Okay, yep. Okay, no cause found. Let me copy paste it here. All update, so it will be updating my things. So by this way mi manager is getting everything. Closing dialog, I'll say okay, let's close it here. Okay, so you can see that everything has been defined here. So now I go and click on the close incident. Okay, yes, I already provided this and I'll click on the close incident. So by this way you can work or use the major incident management process is out of the box functionality available. You can show it to your customers if required. So you can see add a summary. Okay, I missed something. So let me go back to the form because it is easy to update it from here. Okay, let me see what else is pending. Okay, so this has been closed now. So you can see everything is there. Overview, findings, timelines are there. If you want to be download this, you can go to the preview PIR if you want to see that part, or show on the SLA timelines, it is there. So one SLA is also already there. It's basically for the resolution that 36 minutes it take to be complete that part. So left time is 36 and less than 23. So this is the process we discuss or we show here as a major incident management process defined by ServiceNow. If you like my video, please share it with your friends so that, and to subscribe my channel to encourage me. I'll be come back another video on the ServiceNow very soon. Thank you so much watching for my video. See you soon. Bye bye.